So you're telling me that there is a movie that is a romantic comedy about the moon landing and the urban legend of the backup fake moon landing. It's all connected. Illuminopoli confirmed. Boo doo doo doo. Anyway, the truth is out there, people. Hi everyone, it's me, Grant, the movie and TV guy. Welcome to Raised on Popcorn with Grant, everybody. And today we are talking about a movie, and it's early review time. This movie doesn't come out for 2 weeks, and also I'm pretty sure there's no reviews on Rotten Tomatoes yet. So this is a very early review. So yeah, movies and TV, that's what we do here. And that movie is Fly Me to the Moon. Fly Me to the Moon is directed by Greg Berlanti. This is his latest film as a director. Of course, a lot of people know Greg Berlanti best for his work on television, particularly Riverdale, the Arrowverse, stuff like that. But he has directed a few movies. He's directed a few movies. They are The Broken Hearts Club, which was good. Life as We Know It, which was okay. And Love, Simon, which was terrific. So this is his latest effort. So Fly Me to the Moon is a romantic comedy of sorts. It centers on Kelly Jones, played by Scarlett Johansson. She is a Madison Avenue ad exec who has sort of conned her way to the top. She has a way with words, and she knows how to sell anything. And she is hired by a shadowy government agent type, Man in Black type, played by Woody Harrelson, to sell the moon, to essentially go to Florida, to Cape Canaveral, and basically spin the moon into a marketing opportunity to sell watches, delicious orange tang, what have you. And turns out to be pretty good at it. And sparks soon fly between her and a technician named Cole Davis, played by Channing Tatum, who is haunted by his past at NASA. And sparks soon begin to fly, although it's a little bit rough going at the beginning. Eventually, these two go from headbutting to falling for one another. But things soon become complicated when dear old Woody comes back and says, look, America needs for the moon landing to work. So, much like Apollo had a twin sister who was a backup named Artemis, we need you to do this project called Project Artemis. Essentially, film a fake moon landing that can be a contingency plan in case the actual moon landing doesn't work. But here's the one stipulation. You can't tell Cole. This complicates their relationship and also complicates everything. Can they make it to the moon, or will they have to fake it to the moon, if you will? It's a race against the clock here in the summer of 1969 as they decide to make this one small step for man and giant leap for mankind happen. Let the adventure begin. So, Fly Me to the Moon is an interesting one. This is a film that is a modest film. It is a familiar film. It goes on a familiar path. It is definitely a romantic comedy in a bit more of a pumped up sort of environment. It's very much, when you really break it down, it's $100 million accoutrement. It's really just a romantic comedy at its heart. But here's the thing that makes it work. It's a good romantic comedy. Yeah, I really enjoyed this film. And what I liked about this film is it's not like a frequent belly laugh kind of movie, but I smiled a lot. And it does something that's kind of rare for movies. It's really hard to do for me. It charmed me. It made me genuinely feel warm watching it. And by the end, when the big romantic moment comes at the end, the sort of conclusion, I actually kind of felt a little bit choked up, maybe a little bit, and I was kind of invested. Is it a perfect film? No. I think that the first 20 minutes I would say 20 or so minutes. It does take a bit to get going. It does sometimes. It is a little muted. It does feel like it's going a little slow going, and it is hard to be like, okay, when is this going to kick into high gear? I do think the movie is a little too long as well. This movie is 2 hours and 15 minutes. It kind of doesn't need to be. I think you could have shaved off, especially the first act, a little bit here and there. Maybe get it to 2 hours instead, but or maybe even 2 hours 4. Just there's a good 10-15 minutes of this movie that kind of doesn't need to be there. That being said, the two leads are charming. The supporting cast, which also includes the likes of Jim Rash, again, Woody Harrelson, Ray Romano, has a nice little role here. There's a very fun little cameo by Mr. Scarlett Johansson, Colin Jost, as a senator, has a brief cameo appearance. Donald Elise Watkins, who is so terrific a couple years back in the underrated film Emergency, has a nice role as one of the young NASA technicians. There's a great soundtrack, Sam Cooke, all that stuff, and I just little details, little fun things, and I have to say, the actual third act, when all comes to a head, and whether or not the moon landing is going to happen, there's a certain plot construction that happens that is actually kind of unexpected and interesting, and kind of grips you into figuring out how they're going to get away with it. Yeah, and they do. I was kind of impressed. Not a perfect movie, but it's summertime, and even though there's a lot of big blockbusters, we don't have a lot of movies that maybe you could take everybody to, even, grandparents, parents, stuff like that. This is a really great whole family film. It's pleasant, it's funny, it has a nice heart to it, it's genuinely romantic, it has the vibe of an old screwball comedy down. You can tell that Mr. Berlanti loves his old-fashioned sort of rom-com stuff, and he brings a lot of that to it. The production design is fantastic, everything looks right, and overall, I really, really enjoyed Fly Me to the Moon. It's not a perfect film, but even its flaws don't undercut the charm of it. This was a charming effort. I'm really glad I checked it out, and it's just a pleasant, sweet time at the movies. And I'm not going to go all the way, but I'm going to go pretty far, honestly. I'm going to give Fly Me to the Moon 4.5 out of 5 stars. This is a solid, sweet little movie that really, with a big budget, that really won me over. I really enjoyed it. So yeah, Fly Me to the Moon, 4.5 out of 5 stars. Let's close the book on it. Trailer trash. Let's talk some trailer trash. The Fabulous Four. Talked about it. Looks good. Dandelion. This looked really interesting. It kind of gave me vibes of. Did you ever see that movie Once? The John Carney movie really reminded me of that. Looked interesting. Woofs. Talked about it. Looks good. Sing Sing. Talked about it. Looks good. It Ends With Us. Talked about it. Looks good. And Was There Shawarma? Yes, the last scene goes well into the end credits, and there is a payoff to it. So I would definitely stick around into the credits. Nothing after, but into the credits. All right, that is it. We will be back Thursday. I'm seeing all of these on Wednesday, but we'll have a 3-review day on Thursday. We will be seeing, because Wednesday I'm going to see all 3 of these films, but the reviews will not be posted because I won't be home till ridiculously late. So they will be delayed a day, but we will have reviews all on July 4th for Despicable Me 4, an early review for Maxine, the Ty West film, as well as Kill, the Indian action film, which apparently is already in the process of getting like an American English language remake. Man, they work fast in this town. So we'll have reviews of those. Also, look out this weekend for reviews of Beverly Hills Cop Axel F. and The Real Bros of Simi Valley, the movie. I didn't even know they were making that, so that'll be fun. Also, tune in Saturday. It was going to be Sunday, but now it's Saturday for part 1 of our midterm report as me and my buddy Luke Ponto talk about the best films of 2024 so far from January through June. And then the following week, either next Saturday or next Sunday, depending on what day we choose, we will conclude with part 2, the worst films of 2024 so far. So that's coming up, and that'll all be next time. And until next time, I'm Grant, the movie and TV guy. I see it all, and I'm happy to share it with you. I love you all. I appreciate you all. Love you all, classes missed. I love you 3000. Be kind to one another. If you like this video, Give it a like if you want to. Give it a subscribe if you want to. Give it the bell. I don't know what it does. That's what you're supposed to do. Or so I've been told. Leave a comment, even if it's, hey, Grant, I like waffles. It really helps out. And if you want to find me elsewhere, reviews this and other fun stuff, you can find me on all my social media. I'm on literally everything, and either Raised on Popcorn with Grant or Raised on Popcorn. Take care of yourself. Take care of your mental health. It's incredibly important, and I want to know down below, what did you think of Fly Me to the Moon? Did you like the movie? Did you hate the movie? Think my opinion's good? Think I'm full of shit? Comment below. Let me know. And until we meet again, we were all raised on popcorn. Make mine with extra butter. Catch you guys next time. Take care, everyone. See you around.